Hello everybody and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So now we have a body that we need to take care of, so let's get back to it. I wonder if I'm smart enough to actually analyze this time around since my stats are a little bit lower. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Visual calculus is 50-50. What kind of vehicle drove through here? Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you are having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Why am I looking at this? Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. Huh. Okay, actually, I think I might come back to this because I haven't taken the ammonia yet. And I'm pretty sure I don't have enough money to buy any ammonia, so... yeah, I'll come back to this. What are you? Come on. Rue de Saint Ghislaine 8B. Okay. Now we're back to this shit bag over here. Hey, you little fuck.
Kono's got this!
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. It's almost exquisite in its ugliness. Like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, never comfy, Kuno.
Ugh, fuck. Hey kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. Stop using slurs at my crime scene. That's not how we do it.
Can't talk, pig! She's coming up strong! Throwing rocks!
Shit's coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. Juicy what now? I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs. I don't think I got that last time.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't ride the lightning the slang for drugs, if I'm not mistaken?
Kono's riding it, see?
He wipes sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
Yeah, I think ride the lightning is like slang for heroin, if I'm not mistaken.
The fuck does Kono know what a rake is? Kono's not a gardener!
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear. Kim, come on, man.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with these creatures.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Yeah, because that's totally what that means.
What? You wanna fuck Kono now?
If it'll make you shut up, good God, I've done worse in games.
That's it? That's all you got? No, got your ass handed to you by the Kono. Who's the man now, huh? Kono's the man. You wouldn't believe the pussy Kono tears up.
You fucking 12, you brat.
What was that, Kuno?
Nothing, see? Nothing. Just slicing some bacon.
Uh-huh. Trying to show off for the little girl, huh? Oh, prick.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit! Fucking entrapment shit! Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got!
The body. What do you know about it? Shitload, pig. What's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Kim, help me out. What do we want to know? If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual. The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary, or have you seen anything suspicious? Do you know who he is? Who he was? Kuno's fuck gimp. He picks up a rock. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know. So you don't know anything. Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno knows a snitch. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. He shakes his head, clearly offended, trying to make the Kuno sing into the hopophone. Do you know how he got up there? Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down, so you didn't see it happening. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't even in Revachol. He puffs himself up. Kuno wasn't regional. Oh, okay. Where did you go then? I don't know. Some fucking... He looks around trying to come up with something. Oh yeah, the Night City thing or whatnot. There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some Pulp Fiction science novel. That's a fictional city. Night City doesn't exist. Yep. Yep. Come on. Mm-hmm. Have you seen anyone suspicious around, besides a drunk cop and the other guy? Of course. Can I please punch these kids? About this crime scene, you kids often play in this yard? Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooded choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Okay, I already know all this shit. Okay, and I'm still getting all the checks again. I don't think I failed any checks the last time. Or did I? Kuno. Sounds like something you'd call a rabid dog. Yeah, his eyes light up. Think about it. Think about that rabbit Kuno shit. Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. I think that happened last time too. Little shit. Not doing anything, see? Everybody please, he's digging his dick out. Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid. Pigs are hard in Kuno. Somebody please. Jeez. Ooh. Oh. How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. Nah, fuck the reason. Time to shut him down. Yeah. Ah, yes, thank you. Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap. The disoriented 12-year-old is trying to get his bearings. Okay. I think we can have a normal conversation now. Am I right, Kuno? Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct. The lieutenant breaks his silence. Get yourself together. Well, you won't do shit. You just standing there minding your own fucking business. Okay, pig. He's no longer wearing his demonic grin. Something happened. The punch made him calmer. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything, he declares with pride. Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that. The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor. Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. He brushes the dirt off his pants. The fuck do you want to know? Okay. Yeah, I don't have an empathetic bone in my body. So you respect me now. You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works. A little, but don't expect anything to change. Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass. I wonder if that would reveal anything different this time around. So, let me go back to these questions. Do you know who he was? Okay, none of that changes. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, so none of this stuff changes. Apparently. Fuck it. Yep. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around, and he's been here for some time, too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful. No. The evil shit behind the fence hacks like she's coughing up a furball. You told him about it, and now he knows you're lame. The prospect of the Kuno turning lame is physically painful for her. The city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... He waves his hand in the air. Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, he adds, turning to you, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here. Fuck did you want? Explain himself. As if explaining some kind of work. Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time. I'm intrigued. You must get to the bottom of this. One of these days, sadly, it's unlikely to happen today. Made him respect you. If I had more skills and empathy, I could probably figure it out. But, okay. Kuno doesn't fucking care. I wonder if this time he'll shut the fuck up if I'm trying to get that body down. A lot of fuck in this episode. Alright, to the body. Or to the tree. The kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Especially not my fat ass. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. Please don't vomit. The hanged man. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. Look down. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot, and the smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. Shit. God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Active decay. The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging. He's about to blow. The cop's gonna blow, Kuno. Ah, fuck. So, if my endurance was better, maybe? Ah, shit. Let's try it. Ah, fuck. Of course. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. Fuck it, let it out. And I just got done eating. Yeah, that's right. All the chunks. Mm-hmm. You feel a great force wringing you from the stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid. Fucking corpse. The lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Keep it. Thanks. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. Okay, where do we get ammonia from? That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. He nods toward the plaza. If she doesn't have any there might be some in the fridge store nearby. Okay. All right. Now let's get the ammonia.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
You still have your salts. I think I could use some. Sure, I'm done with them. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Thank you. Who are you? Tommy Lahone.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes. I am the law.
Yes, you are, my man.
He nods emphatically. Keep listening. I don't want to keep listening. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates of the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
I am so confused by this world to a certain degree. Like, I see some stuff that looks very advanced, but then there's other stuff that I'm just like, what the hell is going on? So, okay.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days upon days.
He glances south down the road. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am. No, that's not where you're at. So how long have you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers.
So tell me, what do you need?
Got any smokes on you? Oh, fuck. Nope, don't smoke. He nods towards the big lorry behind him. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse, or waiting for the sweet release of death. Yep, nothing. Nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere. So let's go around, man. You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. He points towards the harbor with 3 T's. Rivershaw is weird. Tell me about it. Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Huh? Sudden financial duty snapped him out of his daze. Oh no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? The bosses, man. Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but they sound like, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck if I had, say, 4 myself. Tell me more about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forgot what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up, precise demands and so on. Ah yes, from the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Anything else I should know? Anything else? He thinks. Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us lorry drivers. Whoa, okay. A few still hang around here, waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high, or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame them, really. Not you. Not my thing, chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get on to the next one. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Know anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I really haven't asked about that. Been wasting time right here, keeping busy. It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structure and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. And your conclusion? A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Jeez. What are you hauling anyway? Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms and stuff like that. Relax, he's merely joking. You're under arrest. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. No, I'm joking, my man, he grins. Fallon runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grand and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Limerian market lately. That's your machine behind you? This rockin' beauty? He points at the lorry with his thumb. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? You're sure in a good fucking cop. A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Kalilo and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up and enough to be some sort of fallen rust bucket. Maybe the A6. That's a fallen A6 you got there? Good eye, my man. Yep, she's an old one, but reliable. He gives the side of the lorry a friendly nod. Me and her spent a long time together. Can I get one of those Fallon truck suits you hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. There's no denying it. Your body needs to feel the touch of some good performance wear. So nothing illegal then. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. Right. I had another question. I don't have another question. And I don't have any empathy, so fuck it. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter. Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? Nah, fuck it. My man, I want to know about your soul. You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it? Just like that, it slips out of your reach. It is possible the yelling didn't help. I'm sure it didn't. Don't be a stranger. He gives a salute with 2 fingers. Okay. Interesting enough. What the hell's this? Oh, no. What's that? Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Crap. Okay. Is this a dead end? I think this is a dead end. Yep, this is a dead end. Alright, let's meet the racist douchebag again. Racist lorry driver.
Welcome to Revachol.
The remark isn't addressed at you, it's addressed at Kim. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
I didn't ask the question last time, but what's happening? You sound angry, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Okay. What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination. So it's Hong Kong? He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination. Limbo. What's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Let's see. Yeah, I'll stick with Kim.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Can I punch him? I've punched other people. The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that that's settled, we have a couple questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
Got a smoke? No. He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage. You're smoking one right now. No, I'm just gonna be a dick. Then I'm gonna need the one you're smoking. Can't have it. Hand it over. I'm confiscating it as evidence. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. He puts out his cigarette and flicks the tiny stub towards the street. Fuck, I oughta. Oughta what, officer? The man looks at you coolly. Noxious influence wafting in the air around him. Sorry I couldn't be any help. He gives you an ambivalent, mocking half nod. Can I just punch him? What was that argument all about? Oh shit. It's about biological determinism. Yeah, racism and stuff like that, we know. Okay. Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat. Oh, so you're just racist. Makes sense. Yep. Let me acknowledge your racism. Can I just punch you? Right. I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Oh. The man seems mildly disappointed that you don't want to hear more of his lecture. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, runt. The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. But can I punch him, though? I want to punch him. Game, you're failing me. Why? You just won't let me punch people freely. Yep. I didn't go further down the road the last time, so let's see what's going on with this striking shit. Oh no. They're much hunkier than you. Okay. Let's see. Anything there? Let's see. The Lord's probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Let's see, what all can I do? Okay, big guy here. Let's talk to him.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yelled towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. It sounds like he's drunk as shit, too. Scab leader. I am the law.
Pull up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down?
I mean, if I have to. Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay. And I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work. Right to work.
Now that I think about it, I wonder what would have happened if I would have went full communist and then came back. Shit. Oh well, fuck it.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps the people see us talking. Cops and strike breakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary and feed their families.
You have a list, my good sir. His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases. So he's a politician. I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers.
And one that's not paid either.
I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work. Right to work.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scab.
The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbor too. Have fun, he snorts. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You're trying to meet their fat bosses. I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostel cafeteria there. I know nothing about a murder. His reply is snappy and terse. Absolutely nothing? Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work. He again shakes his large fist, then turns back to you. It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime. This really isn't my area of expertise. I'm not picking a side in this just yet, sir. Pity. He turns around and bellows at the gates. Let us work. What is a strike? Jesus. When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want? Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we, he raises his fist and starts shouting again, have the right to work. Oh, okay, wait, I was kind of confused about that. Okay, so they want to work, and then the other guy, they are striking. Okay. So he's probably like a corporate suit or something, just hiding like an actual worker. When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. Ill-fitting? What do you mean? His shirt is far too small and unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls held up by a belt seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. You wearing new clothes? He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn the emaciated workers. Raising both fists in the air, the clothes are obviously not his. Uh-huh. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. Yeah, so the company probably sent his ass for some shit. Who are all these strike breakers? Look around. Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in times of crisis. If union fucks don't want to work, they ought to let in those who do want work. I have a question. The lieutenant looks him in the eye. Why do all these men follow your leadership? You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were, he starts bellowing, given a job to do. Oh, God. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from. Jesus. I don't know if I've ever dealt with a company that does stuff like that. I mean, well, I used to work at Walmart, so I can kind of understand what's going on here. Let's see. Okay, I gotta ask. Where exactly are you from? What's it to you? Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity. Going to figure out this strike mess. Big mess caused by union greed. He shoots you a wary, distrustful look. But I only fight for the rights of people. Already got that. I'm interested in your background. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs. Heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Never heard of it. Are you lying? He squints at you. A little spark of violence gutters in his eyes. Then he blinks and turns to his men. We're done here. I have a strike to break. talking to? Fucker. Let's see, who else can I talk to? I see coins over there. What about you? Can I talk to you?
Scab?
Ask a man with jolly eyes lifting his head. Call me Manana. What the hell? His name is literally Call Me Manana. You're hazy on the notion of a scab. It smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with Flask he reaches for from time to time. What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid. Let's see. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Ah. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Can I punch him? Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs. No, I don't want to deal with this again. Oh, okay. Alright, saw that. And I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Haven't seen my broke ass, have you?
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
I don't know. I've seen people do some crazy things.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinita investigating a murder. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. It's actually very fun and easy. Whisper, I have no idea what I'm doing. He whispers back, that's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. He thinks and then decides, don't tell me. It's a better day that way. I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does this mean you can let me through the gate? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a grantor of passage. He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask. The passage grants itself. If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs? That's simple. I just walk in. I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Past Measurehead. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall. What the fuck is that? Simonese supremacist there. He points to the bridge above the gates. Walk right past him. Oh shit. Then press the button and unlock the door. Aha. Then go past him again. Okay. And you enter the harbor through the office. Esta. So you're saying it's actually quite difficult. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. You know, I said I was a physical unit, but I feel like he might whoop my ass, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. Or you could convert to his Simonese supremacist worldview. Or, he strokes his mustache. Maybe it actually is completely impossible. Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Not yet, no. He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess. He's incredibly strong. Oh, fuck. Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix. That's what I'm calling my hands. Dexter and Sinister. Okay. Dexter killed people. Sinister, I don't know about that one. So, has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview? Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Okay, got it. Another thing. Sure, the man who whistles a jaunty tune, the one rustling his whiskers. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out. He flips a coin towards you. Hand-eye coordination medium. Oh, fuck. And I failed it. Great. The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. He rubs the back of his head. It was not meant as provocation or ridicule. Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you. Appreciate it. Money gained. Right. Always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs. Jesus. What's the strike about anyway? You know, serious business. He smiles. I'm sure the big boss would be glad to tell you. You have to ask him first. He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now. Okay. Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Get my ass whooped. Alright. Let's see if we really are a physical unit, or am I just about to die again? Because I'm about to die again. Good fucking god. Let me save. Just in case. Alright, so now let's deal with this Measurehead fuck. Oh god, this is gonna turn out bad. I can just see it. This dude is fucking huge. It's like a Kunari. Measurehead, your body betrays your degenerate.
Body betrays your degeneracy.
Oh, okay. Alright, that just happened to be right.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. Say nothing. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my muscle physiology?
Is that like supposed to be German? A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this axial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
It's like a weird mix of French and German. I'm so confused. Let me see. Puff out your chest. He'll say, no, I'm not even finna try that. What do you mean, my body betrays my degeneracy? I mean, I know I'm fat, but still.
You have succumbed to Al Ghul.
What do you mean, Ra's al Ghul? His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Kim, is it really that bad?
It's not good.
It's not good. It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned. Wait, Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
Explain yourself there, chap. He means alcohol. Oh, do you mean alcohol?
Correct. My small skull servant.
Well, yeah, because you're a big fuck.
Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years. The Elysium people did not invent alcohol. It's existed since Neolithic.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and their Rolam and Hul have fed your people. Go on believing in it. Raise those up.
Oh boy, this kind of sounds like... oh boy, this kind of sounds like the Nation of Islam to an odd degree. I don't think that's how history works.
Why don't you have another drink? Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
The babe looks at him with eyes full of admiration that transcends the merely sexual. Hey, alright. Let's see. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul. I just drank a little on the weekends.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains.
Uh-huh.
Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
The ham sandwich race. So, you're calling me an American? Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there. The fat racist over there points to the racist lordman. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup.
Oh,
The
fuck.
pink blood is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Uh-huh.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Yep.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Uh-huh.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Right. There's a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. Push him out of the way. Yeah, push him out of the way. Wow, that did absolutely
That's
fuck
right.
all.
You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Okay.
Bring your troops to the Simonite Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum in you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality called art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Ugh. This is your chance. He's talking. rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. I couldn't even push the fucker. No, there's a more peaceful solution. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Simonese supremacist myself? Well, yes. Why don't you want to be a Simonese supremacist? So what if you're not Simonese? You can be anything. What? You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still served him. How does that factor into your life? Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Communism is pretty cool, though. Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to race dissent everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure challenge the world order, individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? He leans closer. Degenerate youth culture, rock and roll music. I've gotten it from disco, actually. Offshoots of the Simonese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. Okay. I'm not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Simonese race. Okay, I'll ask you, who are the Simonese? The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Peloponnesus and arrived here 4,000 years ago, millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulenbur are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Simonese women walk into the gray mass on Ile de Phantom, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. So, you did not come from this island? No, he cranes his head. I have heard about it on the radio. So you're not really Simonese. You're just from Revachol. I'm from Koran. He changes tactics. And no, it's not just in Revachol. The city is central, and to the Simonese strategy spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about your phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. That will be our lucky racist. How do you know there will be a next racist? There always is. Racist reality, he nods approvingly. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. What? Wait, what? I mean, true, but I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. True, that is a noble cranium, but you got a hard knock in yourself. You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you? You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability from a purely aesthetic standpoint. The dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation. What else? It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al Ghul. From what remains of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur le Clef and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi. Interesting. So one of the ancestors was Sur le Clef, and one of my ancestors, blah, 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 whatever. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made their decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al Ghul. That is the only reason you are here. I mean, technically, the same thing happened to you, you jerk. He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober. Okay. I have a 42% chance to pass this. Please, let me pass this. I don't want to die. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get him. Get him. Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight to his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft plate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sound of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lips. He's open, rip into him. Right hook, escalated. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer. I'm gonna back up and perform a 360 flying spin kick. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Get him. Woo. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button. Yeah, welcome to Revachol, you son of a bitch. As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side. Looks like you're the new Measurehead now. No one is the new Measurehead. Let's go before he gets up. Then shoot him. Alright, guess I had to show these fucks that I'm a physical instrument or whatnot, but I think that's all I'm gonna have for today. So, thank you for watching. See ya.